World Cup.
Let's play football.
Erling Haaland just showed the world once again that he's not human. This guy's a Terminator. Once again, Haaland's dropping a masterclass against nations in the World Cup qualifiers. Norway versus Israel ended 5-0. Honestly, it could have been worse. This wasn't a football match. This was the equivalent of watching a 5,000-degree knife cut through butter. Norway and Haaland specifically just walked through them like it was nothing. The match was like skipping through a major cutscene, really. Haaland simply got a hat-trick. Simply got a hat-trick. That's what we're saying now for Haaland. But it was pretty simple. Basic goals, headers, but very nicely crossed to him, passed to him. They just made it look easy, but it's not so easy to score nowadays. Every pass connected, every run was clean. Maybe it was just some sort of experiment, this match, really. But it ended 5-0. Haaland got a hat-trick, and then Israel scored 2 own goals. One of those own goals may have been the funniest I've ever seen. I don't know what it is, but own goals are just so hilarious to watch, and not if it's your club. But it looked like Haaland pushed the player into the ball, into the goal. This was like a Rocket League pool shot. Of course it wasn't like that, but in slow motion it looks hilarious. But you could just see the despair in the players. It was a bloodbath, really. There was no mercy shown, but that last goal, it looked like the keeper had just given up at that point. So now Norway's goal difference is plus 26. And that's not just a stat. That's something you see and think, these could be contenders for the World Cup. That's a crazy take, but when you look at qualifiers, especially for Euro Cup, when there's a high goal difference and the team is undefeated, they are a contender to win that tournament. So it isn't ridiculous to say that Norway could be a contender for the World Cup. But they're in a group with Italy. Italy's sitting on 12 points with 2 games in hand, and they cannot match on the goal difference. So Norway's at 18 points. Even if they draw, Norway would just edge them out. But it would be such a disappointment for Italy. Italy's trauma is already bubbling up. They've missed 2 World Cups in the past, and it's because they went to the group stage and they couldn't finish first in the qualifier group stage. So they had to go to playoffs in which they couldn't clutch up. And we're seeing those ghosts again. Just like every single qualifier. There's so much stress on the players. Rightfully so. And Gattuso's got a lot of pressure on him now. Italy faces Israel next, hoping for the same outcome that Norway had. And if they don't win, it's serious panic mode. For Italy to top the group, they need to beat Norway and hope that Norway drops points elsewhere. It's about as likely as me dunking on Shaq. But what does Norway have? Clean passing, nice complete runs, and finishing. I think Italy lacks that, I'm not gonna lie. And if Italy can't beat Israel or Norway, they don't deserve to be in the World Cup. And that's something that I've been saying for the past 2 World Cups. So Italy's likely headed to the playoffs again, which at this case is like purgatory for World Cup. Norway's already booking their hotels in North America. We'll see soon enough, I think November 16, how this group is going to turn out. But for now, Haaland will be out here padding his stats. Bye!